Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linden Associates with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, the 7th of March, 2017, just after 9:30 a.m., and that is Central Standard Time. Sorry for being a few minutes late. I've been picked up by Bloomberg, so I'm now an analyst with them at 9:10 in the mornings. That is Central Time. It'll either be each week or every other week. I'll never know what I'm talking about in terms of they don't prep you, but I'm very thrilled that I've been put into the regular rotation. That gives us Fox, that gives us Bloomberg, Sky Business, BNN. I can go on down the list. If I forgot somebody, I'm sorry. All right, in the stock indices, battleground day today. For those of you that watch our tapes at the videos, if you will, at the end of the day, you could have 2 days in a row where you lose the embedded readings as of today. A big rally today could negate that. So battleground day. In the gold market, you fell down to, for those of you that are subscribers to my reviews, you fell down to the, 100-day average of closes. I just mentioned that on Bloomberg, and this is where there'll be an attempt to hold the market at this point. Silver market down more than the gold. That's 2 days in a row. And if you go down to the 100-day average, you're at 1735. Copper market, continued pressure on this market as the market worries just how much is China going to slow itself down. The dollar index up at the expense of a number of currencies. The pound down, one of them because the House of Lords is really doing battle with the House of Commons. And at the end of the day, they want to guarantee that Parliament has the right to veto anything that Ms. May sets up with that Article 50. So we don't know what's going to be, what the deals are. Grain's getting hit. I thought wheat would hold up better today than it did. It hasn't. We're looking at sugar taking a beating, and there's one company, a major company that's new into the sugar, took 550,000 metric tons of delivery the first couple of months of the year. I think that's a record. They're way underwater on it. Don't know what their plan is there. Nat gas back down. If you're looking at this, you get 15-cent swings up and down. It's pretty violent in there right now. The market is hoping to see that the gasoline market's on schedule now for that seasonal play to the upside. So they'll be watching that. U.S. trade deficit came in this morning as expected. A little larger, but 48.49 versus 48.5. Pretty much right where you want to be. The Eurozone fourth quarter GDP unrevised, both numbers just where they have to be. So that puts them into the European Central Bank meeting on today's Tuesday, on Thursday, with numbers that will now find how Mr. Draghi juggles that. Germany is showing that January orders were off large for the manufacturing at 7.4% month on month. They had only forecasted 2.5, so that's triple the decline, okay? And domestic orders fell 10.5, while foreign orders were down 4.9, so something's going on there. UK home price index calculated by Halifax up a tenth month to month. They had thought it would be stronger in the UK, up 0.2, and home prices were up 5.1% versus February expectations for a 5.3% rise, so they're getting a little bit of moderation there. Australia kept its interest rate steady at today's monetary policy meeting. Brazil, the Panama, which is a large estimator of their corn and bean crops. They say they're 56%, which is lagging in the soybean harvest. It's about 9% behind. It's also estimating that the second season corn, remember they can double crop there, is 79%, 4% behind the lag. Then you're getting mixed talk. You have a big week in the U.S. now where the oil producers meet. I think it's called Caro Week. And to make a long story short, all the oil ministers from all over the world come in. So the Saudis are there, and they're saying that they're there and that the OPEC cartel's current production reductions are to address the imbalances, but they don't support intervention. What is that if it's not intervention? What side of the ear do I not have working right? That's intervention. They're intervening in a major way. Then here's more double talk out of them. They say it's almost assured that energy demand will continue to grow worldwide in spite of efficiency, right? And then they suggest that demand peaking and stranding assets could lead to a path of underinvestment. In other words, garbage. If you believe in garbage, listen to what they're saying. I want to bring you up on something we're doing here. Consensus. Today is Tuesday, so the consensus bullish forecast reports come out. Now, imagine a source that gathers newsletters from, I don't know if it's 50 or 100 different major sources, and you'll see the names here of all the companies in a minute. They take the letters, they put them into a publication, and they take them who's bullish, who's bearish. But you get the whole letter from each one of these companies that post them with them. You then get to see, is that bullish or bearish on what the newsletter writers are doing. Now, you can always look at options and things like that to get other ideas. You get a 4-week trial for free. Just give us a call, go to our website. You're going to get a user ID and a password to get right into their website. Just click up here if you're watching me on YouTube, or underneath me it'll say submit here or click here, depending on the different site. A form will pop up. Fill that out, and you get access to everything you're seeing right here. How do you beat that? I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a good day, and I'll see you all in the videos later this afternoon.